Hello, ghosties. I'm Chance Lee,
And I'm Amanda McAvoy.
and this is That's So Gothic, a movie podcast about girls, guys, and haunted houses. And you know, Amanda, their fathers were very different, but they were both born insane. Released in 2011, The Skin I Live In, or in Spanish, La piel que habito, was directed by Pedro Almodovar. It stars Antonio Banderas as Dr. Robert Ledgard, the least Spanish sounding name, and he is a plastic surgeon and psychopath.
Mm.
Marisa Paredes as Marilia, his maid, and his mother, but he doesn't know it.
Mm.
And both Elena Anaya and Jan Cornet as Vera Cruz, Dr. Ledgard's victim. And we always spoil the movie, but I'm about to spoil the whole movie. So if you haven't seen it, turn off the podcast right now.
Yep.
This is the story of a man who falsely believes that his daughter was sexually assaulted, so he kidnaps the man who he thinks did it, performs a sex reassignment surgery on him against his will, and turns him into his dead wife.
Yep.
Did I
Nailed
cover
it.
it?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, great. And this is actually based on a 1984 French novel
Oh.
uh, by Terry Jacquet, which was published in English for the first time in 2005 under the title Tarantula.
Ooh. Wow. This is interesting subject for 1980s.
Right?
Yeah.
This movie made over $30 million against a budget of 15 million, which is
Mm.
good for an international, I feel like, feature.
Yeah.
Roger Ebert reviewed it himself. He gave it 3 stars out of 4. He says, with a Pedro Almodovar film, we expect voluptuous sexual perversion, devious plot twists, a snaky interweaving of past and present, all painted on a canvas of bright colors with bold art and clothing. His latest film does not disappoint. Though I usually take pleasure in Almodovar's sexy darkness, this film induces queasiness.
I Sweezy is a good word. Good description.
Yeah, and this movie surprisingly, so it has an 81% critical tomato, which I wasn't surprised by. Critics usually love him.
Right.
84% popcorn rating.
Really?
I was shocked by that.
To be fair, I mean, so the popcorn rating, it's really only, is it one or the other? You're either like fresh or not fresh.
I think so.
So like I could see the majority of people liking this movie, but like having their issues with it, but giving it like the pass of it's good.
And I guess if you're watching this movie in the first place, I
Mm,
feel like you're more apt to like this movie. You're not going to stumble upon this movie like you would Wrong Turn, or something
right.
like that. So,
It's a good point. Yeah.
yeah. What did you think of it? Had you seen this before?
I had never seen it before. Um, I complicated feelings about this movie. I think I liked it. It's so here's the thing is maybe I didn't like it, and I'm sure I'll get into why. But I did the thing with this movie that I do with a lot of movies that we watch for the podcast where I split it up. I'll watch like 1 hour one night and the second hour or the second half the next night. Um, I did not want to stop watching this movie. Like
Mm.
I had to like physically like stop myself from watching it. It was getting too late. Like I had to. I was so invested in the story. I needed to know what happened. Like,
Mm-hmm.
in the modern age, watching a movie at home, that doesn't happen a lot. Like, I did not pick up my phone once, like, I was glued to the TV. So, I feel like that is what a good movie is. Like, a good movie should be something where you care enough that you don't wanna stop watching, you're invested in the story. Um, however, I there were just a lot of things in this movie that were so it it and I'm not saying this necessarily as a bad thing, just I guess my expectation for it was different going into it. It's very soap opera-y.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, like, and again, that's actually kind of a compliment in my opinion, but I think mixed with some of the other things happening and the tones in the movie, it came off more strange and weird than I think it was supposed to, at least for me. Does this make sense?
It
I
makes
liked
sense.
the movie. I was very, very committed to it, but there were the whole aspect of it, I was I was talking to one of my coworkers about it, and what were we we were talking about Lars von Trier movies for some reason.
Okay.
Um, and I was talking about how I have not been able to watch one. I actually wanted to sit down and watch one. I started watching, The House That Jack Built,
Oh,
and
I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah, and I just couldn't get into it. I don't even remember, like, the first 10 minutes, like, I don't even think it's that bad necessarily, like, in terms of, like, being disgusting, but I think because I knew what I was gonna expect, like, I wasn't in the headspace for it, I couldn't get into it. So then, naturally, like, I think he said that he liked some of his movies, so I brought up this one, and I gave him, like, a very simple plot outline because that's really all you can do without spoiling it. Um, and it was kind of hard for me to recommend. It
Mhm.
I think in that situation, like, there was no other situation where that movie would ever come up for me in
Yeah.
conversation with someone. Like, it has to be with someone who's already talking about a movie that is strange and unsettling, and, like,
Yes.
it's it's a very niche movie. Again, not bad. I don't think, it was necessarily created bad. There's I think especially with the setting and some of the characters, I had a lot of issues with, so especially the setting we'll talk about when we get into, the house, but, there were just things about it that just didn't click with me,
Mhm.
but it was also my first time watching it. Maybe if I watch it again with the knowledge of what happens, with, um, you know, a little bit more background on it, maybe I'll like it more, but
Mhm.
yeah. Was this your first time watching it?
So I had seen it before,
Okay.
but this was my first time rewatching it, so I did go into
Mm.
it knowing the identity of the woman, um, that's in the bed that's trapped in the house,
Mhm,
and so it was different, I think, like you said, with the melodrama of it
mhm,
is very compelling the first time I watched it. I was like,
mhm.
"Is" and, I'm watching it, and I'm like, "Is this the direction the movie's headed in?" And then that is the direction the movie's headed in, and I was like,
Right.
"Oh my goodness, this is wild."
Mhm,
Um, and it's interesting you brought up Von Trier because this time I I was thinking Almodovar usually doesn't, I feel like, get close to Von Trier territory,
mm,
but this really could be a Lars von Trier movie,
mm,
just because of the intensity that the woman is put through in this
yes.
movie.
Yeah.
Um, and so I was thinking about that a bit. Don't watch The House That Jack Built. That movie's bad.
Yeah.
Um, poor Riley Keough gets her boob cut off, and it gets put on someone's car windshield like a parking ticket. Um, so that
I would be so thrilled if I walked out of my house and I'm so sorry, Riley Keough.
there are other boobs that, yeah, you could find, so it might as well
Yes.
be, uh, but yeah, that's a rough one. I like a lot of Lars von Trier
Mm,
movies.
yeah.
That is not one of them. Um, Almodovar, has directed 24 movies.
Whoa.
I've seen 7 of them. I
Holy
couldn't believe it.
moly.
I was like, "Oh, I've actually seen a lot of his movies."
Yeah.
Um, he has 4 movies with Penelope Cruz, who
Oh,
I
okay.
love, I love
Yeah.
Penelope, and I learned that Penelope was supposed to play Vera Cruz in this movie,
Really?
but she couldn't take the role because she was pregnant.
Oh, okay.
So Almodovar discovered Antonio Banderas. We have Almodovar to thank for Antonio Banderas. He
Wow.
saw Antonio Banderas in a play and cast him in his first movie.
Wow. Thank you.
And then one of Antonio Banderas's first leading roles was in Almodovar's Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down,
Okay.
um, which is to me a very upsetting movie.
Amazing.
I kind of hated that movie
Mm,
until the end, and the ending to that movie, I remember just, like, breaking down in tears. Like,
really?
I was hating so this movie is about a man played by Antonio Banderas who kidnaps a woman,
Okay.
um, and does terrible things to her. Eventually, she falls in love with him, and it's supposed to be seen as romantic,
Okay.
and I it gave me kinda, like, squicky feelings, and Almodovar does that, and I'm like, I don't know if this is fair or not, but he's a gay man, Almodovar,
Mm,
and so I'm like, am I giving this movie I think I was giving the movie more of a benefit of a doubt because he was a gay man, um, but something about the last scene of that movie and the actors in it, I don't remember who the Spanish woman is who plays opposite Antonio, but the
mm,
way they play that last scene, it's like you believe it. I don't know, you believe it.
really?
It's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is a love story." I don't know, they sold it
Right.
so good. It's just magic at the end of
Yes.
that. Um, but I like a few of his movies. The last movie of his I saw was Parallel Mothers, which also had
Mm,
Penelope in it.
yep.
His movies often have like mother issues.
Okay.
There's often a gender ambiguity or gender switching aspect in a lot of his movies. And they're often always in like a big city in Spain.
Okay.
But his most recent one I have not seen. It's an English language movie with Tilda Swinton and Julianne Moore called The Room Next Door.
Oh.
So I'm curious about that. And I can't remember if he's ever done an English language movie before.
I'm really mad that I didn't watch it before this because I didn't realize it was him who directed this until just now looking him up. I remember when this came out, you would have thought I got an Amber Alert on my phone with all the people texting me and sending me messages about this. It's like a short movie, I think. It came out in 2023. It's only 30 minutes long, and it's Ethan Hawke and Pedro Pascal playing gay cowboys.
What?
Yeah, it's called Strange Way of Life.
I didn't even know about this.
Yeah, I had no idea it was him who directed it. I had completely forgotten about it until this moment. So, I'm so mad at myself that I didn't watch it before this, but if we talk about another one of his movies, if we talk about Voltaire or something, I'm
Volver.
definitely putting that on my watch list. I mean,
I'll
I'm
watch
putting it
it
on
too.
anyways. Yeah. I don't know where it is. I don't it feels like it might have been like, I don't know, an Amazon thing. Feels very
Mm.
Amazon-y.
Or,
Um,
there's that weird streaming service, Mubi, Mubi,
oh, movie.
Mubi.
It could have
Feels
been
like it would be
movie.
on Mubi.
Could be a movie. Could be a movie.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so we'll have to do some research on that. Um, yeah, I I'm so mad I didn't watch that, but like my
We'll
2 favorite
revisit.
men in the whole wide world.
Volver means to return, so we'll return. We'll
Ooh,
volver to Volver. Um,
perfect.
yeah.
Oh, great. And use it as a segue just to talk about, hey, Ethan Hawke and Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, I'm so curious. Well, we also have Antonio Banderas, who we've never
Mhm,
gotten to talk about before. Good old Tony
mhm.
Flags. Tony Flags in this movie. That's what
Oh,
Antonio Banderas. Banderas means flag in English. So,
Oh,
he wouldn't have had the same career if he was named Tony
no,
Flags.
Tony
Like, we're glad
Flags.
he's Antonio Banderas, which
Yes,
is just like one of the sexiest names for one of the sexiest men in cinema.
yes.
It's
Really,
always sexy. He's sexy as Zorro, sexy
yep,
as El Mariachi, sexy as Puss in Boots. Like, he's just always sexy.
yes. I was gonna say, really embarrassing moment for me was I was at work on one of my work desktop computers, and I had my phone on me, and I had remembered that I needed to place a hold on this movie or to see if, my library had it. But I couldn't remember the name of the movie, and then I couldn't remember Antonio Banderas's name. So I first Googled Puss in Boots. Went to Antonio Banderas and then went to this movie.
Ah.
It's I love Puss in Boots. It would not fit for the podcast in the least bit, but, the new Puss in Boots movie, I can't remember what it's called, um
Is it like The Last Wish or something, or The Last
yes, I
Life,
think it's The
or I don't
Last
know.
Wish, yeah. So good, like, genuinely 5 stars. Incredible.
Wow.
It's so beautiful, and Antonio Banderas plays him so emotionally, so, like, I don't know. I just love it. I love him. I love Puss in Boots. He's really good in this movie. I love
He can
Antonio.
do anything. Like, this role is as far from Puss in Boots as you can get.
Right.
He's the dad in Spy Kids. He
Yes.
allegedly is in the SpongeBob movie. I was going through his filmography. And did you know that he is in one of the most critically reviled movies of all time? It is one of maybe 50 movies that has a 0% critical tomato on Rotten Tomatoes. And it is called Ballistic: X versus Sever. And it is from 2002, co-starring Lucy Liu.
Whoa! He stars in it?
Yes.
I had
He's
no idea.
he's X and she's Sever.
Perfect. That makes so much sense.
I've forgotten this movie existed until today, and I really want to watch it now.
I've never seen it, never heard of it, but my interest is piqued.
If anybody wants a podcast idea, I say watch these 50 movies that have a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's such a good idea.
There are the worst years in film, if you're going by this,
Mm,
are 2002 with X versus Sever. There were like 0%
wow.
movies, and 2016. So
Really?
those are the worst cinema years.
Interesting. 2016, that's so funny because 2016 was one of the best years of my life, but
Were you
apparently
spending it at the movies?
I was just gonna say, apparently I was not
Mm,
tuning in
mhm.
to new releases.
Yeah,
Yes.
and, I don't have much to say, unfortunately, about any of the Spanish, actors that are in this
Mm,
movie. I don't watch a lot of Spanish cinema, but I do wanna give a shout out to Maritza Paredes, who plays
mhm.
the housekeeper/mother. She, according to her Wikipedia page, was in over 75 films, 80 TV shows, and 15 plays, and rest in peace,
Damn.
she passed away in December last year at the age of
Oh.
78. Sounds like she had a fabulous career, and she's really fucking good in this movie.
I was just gonna say, she's one of the reasons why I was so hooked on this movie. I was like, I just wanna listen to her speak all the time. I usually hate exposition dumps, and there is a
Mm.
huge one about, like, 40 minutes into the movie or something, where it's just her sitting down, just explaining everything, and I didn't even
Uh-huh.
care. I didn't even care. I was having such a good time just listening to her talk about it.
Yeah, she's great in this. She's really a highlight, I think.
Yeah. She's wonderful.
Well, let's get into the gothic elements of The Skin I Live In. Our gothic films have 4 elements: a girl, a guy, a house, and a haunt. And I'm putting the, I don't know, cart before the horse, but this is one of the most fucking gothic things we've ever watched. I
Yes.
was not expecting it. I had, even though I'd seen it before, I wasn't thinking about it in those terms. And
Mhm.
then as soon as I went into it like this, I'm like, "Oh, that's exactly what this is."
Yes, this is definitely I'm sure someone has made the comparison before. This is very much a modern Frankenstein tale.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
this is and, we'll get into it. There are some issues I have with the setting, but it's this house with a friggin' what should be a gothic element? Stairs in the foyer. Every Gothic
Stairs.
house has stairs in the foyer specifically. Like, you walk in and there's, like, the foyer room, and there's stairs in there, and they're
I'm adding
almost
it to the list.
always you walk in and they're to the left. I don't know if we've ever dealt with a to the right stairs in the foyer situation. Um, right? Like, am I
The
crazy?
Frankenstein ones are definitely to the left. Those are the to me the
Exactly.
most dramatic ones, and they're to the left.
The Frankenstein, I'm pretty sure Beautiful Creatures, either they're to the left or they
They're to the
split,
left.
but I think they're to the left, yeah. They are all Hausu house, to the left.
Are they to the left?
They're to the left. They're all to the left.
So
This is
okay, bonus Gothic, and since you discovered this in this movie, escaleras a la izquierda, stairs to the left.
I love that
So
so much.
that's our new
Stop.
bonus Gothic, escaleras a izquierda.
I love that, that makes me so happy. Um,
Good observation.
and you know what it is it's my years of playing Sims, because I realized have started always putting my stairs to the left. And I'm like, "I wonder if there's a reason for that." And I swear to God, it's these movies have seeped into my brain.
That's fascinating.
Yes. Yeah, so keep an eye out,
I
ghosties.
will.
Yeah. I'm like I feel like, I have to go back now and watch our entire back catalog to see,
Mhm.
'cause it's wild.
I'm my mind is blown.
Yeah. Anyways.
Well, let's keep talking about this house. So
Okay.
the house is a real house.
Mm,
Quinta de Mirabel, which according to Wikipedia, no, I'm sorry, according to moviemaps.com,
mm.
is a cigarral on the outskirts of Toledo. Yeah, Toledo, Ohio. What a weird place to set a movie, you know?
Yeah, right.
No, it's Toledo, Spain. And
Yes.
also a site, let me take a quick tangent there. So Toledo, the name's origin is debated, with some suggesting it derives from the Latin for raised or elevated, and others that it derives from Hebrew meaning generations.
Interesting. It's funny because it kind of has, like, a similar meaning, like, generations, you're, like, raising, going back.
Hmm.
Huh,
There's
Toledo.
some cool language stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but so this house, Quinta de Mirabel, was a cigarral, which was constructed in the 1500s for
Oh!
the Archbishop of Toledo, Gaspar de Quiroga y Vela. And it still stands today. The complex features several different wings built at various points over the centuries, as well as a beautiful garden overlooking the city.
Hmm.
So then I went to Wikipedia because I'm like, what is a cigarral?
Yeah.
And this is insanely specific. A cigarral refers to a recreational estate or mansion on the south bank of the Tagus River as it passes by Toledo, Spain.
Whoa!
And they often have a main building intended for recreational housing, a secondary building for groundskeepers, who are known as the cigarraleros, and the origin of the word cigarral is unknown. The most commonly believed etymology is that it comes from the seasonal presence of cicadas in the summer months when these residences were primarily occupied. And the Spanish for cicada is cigarra.
Oh. Oh, what a fun bit of trivia.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun looking into the house, and
Yeah.
all I have to say about it is that it has a dumbwaiter, and
It does
I
have a
loved
dumbwaiter.
that.
Yes. I think now I feel bad, like, not loving the house because my
You don't
main
have to
issue
love
with
the house just because it's 500 years old. You don't have to
that's
love it.
true. That's true. And I will say though, her kitchen is one of my favorite kitchens. It is really pretty. I love the tile on the backsplash. I love that there's security screens. I think that's very
In the
funny.
kitchen.
It's the
Yes.
kitchen. I think my main issue with the house is I think it lacked um there was a lack of shots of the outside. I wish we got more of a sense of how isolated it was. There's, like, 2 kind of really good instances, one where they, like, dismiss the help, and they go and they, like, walk across the road with their little wheelie bags. I actually, like, just really enjoyed that. And then also when Le Tigre, the tiger, comes and shows up, and he just shows up in front of the door, you kinda get a shot of it outside. Um, but there's sort of a I wish we got more shots of, like, the garden,
Mhm.
especially since there's a large plot point in that his wife jumped to her death into it. I felt like and, obviously that might have been shot somewhere else. I'm not exactly sure what that scene, entailed in terms of shooting, but I just wish we got more of a sense of what that is. I wish we got more of a sense of how isolated it was. Um but I think especially the interior of the house, while not my favorite in terms of aesthetics, definitely served its purpose. It's interesting that you said that, like, there were so many different parts of the house built at different times, because there's certainly, like, an old Spanish charming kitchen and that kind of area, and then you get into sort of the center of the house, and it's a lot more modern and sleek, and then obviously in both his bedroom and the room where Evera is being kept. It's very modern, it's very
Mhm.
minimalist. So I think, like, it achieves its purpose. I just was wishing for more from it, I guess.
It does have a lot of the little it's like a much, much, much larger version of the, Speak No Evil house, where that one's more like a
Mm,
farmhouse, but this one has all the little walls and, like, little gardens
yeah,
and stuff.
right, right.
And then we have the mad scientist laboratory in the basement and,
Yes.
all the screens and remotes and, like you said, modern art on the walls.
Mm, yes, yeah. It is a very interesting, like, juxtaposition of modern and classic and yeah.
It's like the old mad scientist castle, but updated
Mhm.
for modern psychopaths. All the conveniences
Exactly.
a modern psychopath needs,
Oh,
like hidden cameras and remote
exactly.
controls and
Oh,
cybernetic skin or whatever he's inventing.
I don't even know.
So let's talk about him a bit next. He's
Mhm,
our guy, Dr. Ledgard. As you mentioned already, he's kind of our Dr. Frankenstein.
mhm. Yes.
He's a plastic surgeon who has made this skin that's resistant to mosquito bites and fire that serves no purpose to the plot. And he also is able to do a face transplant, which always
Yes.
makes me think of that poor woman whose face got ripped off by the chimpanzee.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Ugh,
then Oprah made her take off her veil on Oprah.
yeah, and then she
Uh,
was featured in the Jordan Peele movie. Did you watch that
oh,
one?
nope.
The alien one. Oh, yeah, nope.
Yeah. I watched Nope.
Nope. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but, yeah, so he does the face transplant, and yeah, so he kidnaps this poor man, and yeah, both tortures him by turning him into a woman or
Mhm.
giving him female genitalia against his will, and breasts, and I mean, he's played by a completely different actor. He's an
Yes,
actor that gets played by an actress, and then but also does the cosmetic surgery to make her look like his dead wife. Like, it's
yes,
so there's twist upon twist upon twist into the psyche here that is really fascinating.
yes. Yeah, I try not to pretend that I know anything about psychology, um, but boy, oh boy, does that just scream some sort of Greek tragedy,
Oh, yeah.
Oedipus kinda backwards weird thing. Yeah.
Like, one of our bonus gothics is often incest, and even though this isn't
Mm,
incestual, it it is so taboo, it feels like it should be. Like, it's
right.
just so messed up that
Yes,
I don't know, I feel like it fits that bonus gothic category just by how sheerly fucked up it is.
that's fair. Yeah, that's very fair, and because I think what makes it more fucked up is that he does develop feelings towards this fake wife clone
Mhm. Mhm.
I think it would have been a lot different if he had just stayed hating this, person
Right.
the entire, run, but yeah, it's this is where the movie didn't lose me. If anything, I just think it's like a really interesting mind experiment, mind thought.
Mhm.
Um, it's hard to wrap your head around.
It's hard to wrap your head around a man who has fallen in love with and having sex with another man who he thinks raped his daughter that he
Mhm.
has now turned into his wife.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Yes.
And then you add on like this aspect of the reason his wife died was because he ran off with his estranged brother that he doesn't know is his brother, and then that brother comes back and again has sex with the wife clone sex changed
Yes.
rapist man.
Mhm.
Eh, there's a lot.
There's a lot. Yeah, so he does have this brother who
Mhm.
shows up fresh from Carnival.
Yes.
During the same scene that you mentioned where the housekeepers are leaving, the,
Mhm.
like, effortless way that happens is
Yeah.
so cool because 'cause they're
Yep.
walking, and then this tiger just walks past them, and then I mean, now the movie just go like, the pacing is really, really
Yes.
good with this.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he does not know that the housekeeper is his mother, and he
Mhm.
does not know that the tiger is also his brother. So
Yes.
and by the end of the movie, I mean, everybody's dead except for Vera, but the housekeeper, she has to watch both of her sons get shot and
Yeah.
killed before she's
Yeah.
also killed. She's enabling the whole thing. She fills that Mrs. Danvers role from
Mm.
Rebecca,
Yep.
the I forget her name from Jane Eyre. There's the Miss Fairfax, Fairfax?
Oh, right. Yes.
She fills that traditional gothic role, um,
Yeah.
with again, twist upon it everything's just so twisty
Yes. Yep. Yeah, and Le Tigre has to show his ass to prove that it's him. I love that part.
because he
He
has the
flashes
birthmark.
the camera because he has a birthmark. See, that was a moment where I was like, "Oh, this movie's supposed to be, like, lighthearted and fun." And it, like, very quickly becomes not lighthearted and fun, which,
Yes.
again, I don't know that is necessarily a knock because I think it's well done, the tonal shift, but just something I personally was not, ready for.
Yeah, and I do think it's more European too in the way that it
Mm,
approaches that sort of thing. I don't know, we don't do that in
that's
American
very true.
movies.
That's very
Very
true. I should
rarely.
just get more adjusted to European sensibilities because I don't think I'm there yet. They're wild.
They're very
They're
wild.
wild, man. I can't keep up.
And then I was wondering if another bonus gothic should
Mm.
be a party, because like, Carnival is this big
Mm.
party, costume party, and I was looking back, and we've had costume parties in other Gothic films, like Poison Ivy 2: Lily,
Yes.
and Batman Returns
Yep.
has the costume party, with
Mhm.
ironically the 2 masked hero/villain showing up with no masks.
Right, right.
Um, and there's often is we our Phantom Thread episode that got eaten and
Mm.
has never seen the light of day. There's that New Year's Eve party
Yep.
where they're in costumes and there's giant puppets and stuff. I
Yes.
don't know, there's something gothic about a big party.
I almost said Phantom Gourmet, but that is a
That's a New
local
England, uh,
food review thing.
food
What I meant to
who
say
who
was
does also wears a mask though.
he does wear a
Um,
mask.
yeah.
Because what I was gonna say is Phantom of the Opera. They have a masquerade ball.
Masquerade.
Masquerade.
That's the
Best
only
movie of all
lyric I
time.
remember.
Um, but yeah, I think that's a very good bonus gothic. Wow, this movie is it's again, not to spoil it, it's so gothic, it's created 2 bonus gothic
Yeah.
categories.
It's plumbed the depths of the Gothic,
Yes. Yeah, I think that's great. Yep.
and
Carnival.
and we have our gothic girl who
Mhm.
starts off as a gothic guy.
Yeah,
Um, so I had to look into because he gives her that name, right? He names her
I think
Vera
so.
Cruz.
Yes.
And so Vera means faith or belief.
Mm.
Also, to me, I didn't find this, but like you think of veritas, meaning truth in
Oh, yeah.
Latin, and then Cruz. Ironically, Penelope Cruz might have played
Yeah.
this role, but so Cruz is means cross, but more specifically crucifix, the cross that
Oh, okay.
Jesus was crucified on. It has that religious element to it.
Mm.
So really weird name, when you're giving someone the name of faith and truth when it's a completely created identity,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
giving it this almost sacrificial uh name, they've
Right.
died for sins, I don't know.
Mm.
Really another twisted element, I think.
Definitely. I like that.
One thing I find really interesting about Vera is that she's always reading um lots of Western authors. She reads a
Mhm.
lot of Cormac McCarthy.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I saw
There's 2
the
or 3,
yeah. Who was there was a female author she was reading.
The Blighted Alice Munro.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know about her? Do you know
Not
the
really,
scandal?
no.
So, she was when she was alive, and she
Mhm.
lived to be like 137, she was ancient.
Yeah.
She's Canadian. She
Uh-huh.
won the Nobel Prize for Literature in, I don't know, 2012,
Okay.
2013. And she mostly writes about young rural Canadian women
Okay.
and well beloved. Anyway, she dies. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Alice. Her daughter reveals that her stepfather sexually abused her for years and years and years and years and years, and Alice Munro knew about it and never did anything.
Whoa.
And now her legacy, so to speak, is somewhat complex and tainted because of that
Yes.
revelation. And my understanding, I never really connected with Alice Munro.
Okay.
We read a collection of her short stories for a book club once, and I was so
Mm.
bored. But the women who were older than me in the book club, as women in book clubs tend to be,
Yes.
they really liked the book. Um, but my understanding is that Alice Munro wrote a story that's very similar to that situation as
Oh,
well. Um,
interesting.
anyway,
Oh,
sorry, back to this. Vera
yes.
reads Alice Munro.
Yep.
Oddly ironic now, considering what we know.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, the choices of the books didn't seem to be that thematic to me. They seemed kind of random.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure we could look into it more, but I think with everything else going on, um, not necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we don't really have a haunt. I thought our haunt was
Mm.
just madness.
Yes.
Madness. He's crazy.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, like, what did we say for, like, Frankenstein? Like, was Frankenstein's monster the haunt? Like, doesn't feel apt
Probably.
to this, but, um,
Right, because yeah, definitely Vera is not the haunt. She's
yes.
not a monster, but
Right.
he's definitely the crazy one. He's the
Yes.
classic mad scientist trope, but reinvented for the 21st century.
Yes, yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, so not a traditional haunt.
There's a movie that I've seen and do not remember,
Mm,
called Eyes Without a Face from 1960, and this movie
yes,
heavily references that.
yes.
That one is about, I think the man's daughter is in a car accident, and then he
Uh,
tries to give her a new face.
oh, okay, yes. I also have not seen Face Off, starring Nicolas Cage, but I imagine there's some similarities there.
Definitely, this is a remake of Face Off,
A
yeah.
Face Off with Nicolas Cage and who's
It's
the
John Travolta,
John Travolta, right, yeah.
and considering how much John Travolta loved playing Tracy Turnblad's mother in Hairspray, he would have loved to have played this part. He would have
Oh,
loved to have been Vera Cruz.
he would have played both parts, no questions asked.
eaten that up. John Travolta has never been happier than when he
Yes.
played Tracy Turnblad's mother,
Yeah,
Edna, in
Edna.
Hairspray.
So joyful. So joyful.
Ah, I,
Yep.
mixed feelings about John Travolta, but love him in
Hmm.
Hairspray.
Yes, of course. It doesn't.
um, I think that covers it.
Hmm.
You could in this movie's way. I'm not saying this at all, but in this movie's very twisted, fucked up way, you do have the romantic rival of the brother, Zeka,
That is true.
in the
I
sense
mean,
that they're
even
they're both rapists, but like
yes.
and but yeah.
Yeah, and he does, I mean, even before it's, established that the tiger ran away with his wife in the first place. So, even though
That's right.
you only see the wife briefly in the flashback. But anyways, even though you don't see that action on screen, that's a huge catapult for the whole story. So, either way, there's that romantic rival.
That's true. And the
Mhm.
movie, as it does with all these tropes, turns it on its head because the guy who shows up turns out not to be the hero. He's not there. He's not going to rescue her. He makes things
Yes,
arguably much worse.
much worse. Yes.
So I don't know if we even need to say it, if it's so gothic, gothish, or no gothic.
It's gothic, baby. It's gothic stew. Put it on a
Gothic
burner,
too.
warm it up.
Gothic as fuck. Los
It
Gothic.
it's most gothic. It's in
Uh,
our higher echelon of gothic movies.
this is rivaling Elvis as one of the most
Yes.
gothic movies we've seen.
I love it. And it's, like we've said a couple times, it's a very modern take on a gothic movie. There's Prisoner and House, Mad Scientist, like spooky, creepy. I read somewhere that the director's like goal was to film a truly horrifying horror movie without any jump scares, and I will say I think
Mm.
he certainly achieved that.
You can't watch this movie and not feel grossed out, even though
Yes.
there's very little vi- violence, gore.
Yes.
Um, poor Vera does try to commit suicide by paper cut,
Ooh,
which
yeah.
is like one of the most cringy things.
Oh, it's so rough.
Um, because it's like the paper cuts are always the worst because we all know what you don't know. We don't know what it feels like to be hit in the face with a hatchet. But we
Yes,
all know what it feels like to get a paper cut. So having
that's
her
true.
try to commit suicide by paper cut is one of the most painful things.
It's rough, yeah.
Um, but you don't see it. You only see the after effects of it, and because there's the bloody pages and
Yes.
everything. But yeah, I think this movie's really well done. I don't know if I
Mm,
like it.
yeah.
I don't know if I ever want to watch it again, but
Mhm.
I do think it's a very well crafted piece of
Yeah,
cinema.
I 100% agree. Like I said, I I feel like I say it a lot on this podcast. It's very hard for me to dislike a movie, especially if I feel like the movie has achieved what the director and the cast and the rest of the crew have wanted. Like, to
Hmm.
me, no matter what, if it does that, like, it's a good movie, even if it's not a movie for me, and that's kinda where I
Hmm.
land with this one.
This movie's a vision. It's a nightmare.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
but but it achieves that.
Right, yeah, and, there's very heavy topics in it that, um, will not be for everyone and, are personally played a little bit too plot pointy, a little too
It doesn't
loosey-goosey
care.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
does not care. Yeah.
Right, and again exactly, like, that is what they were going for, though, but if that is something that, you're not cool with, avoid it, but I think it's
Yeah.
worth watching at least once if you have this if you are really into, like, those fucked up Reddit stories, um, give this one a try.
What stories?
Oh, like, it's like creepypastas, I feel like they always come out on Reddit
Okay.
every now and
Okay.
then,
Yep.
where it's, like, just, like, a really fucked up random thing, you
Yep.
know? I feel like Reddit is a big breeding ground for it. If you're done, if you wanna log off Reddit and you wanna watch a movie version, check this one out.
Love that. What a great recommendation.
To all our Reddit listeners,
Well, what else have you been enjoying, Amanda?
I so I've watched I was only gonna bring up one, but I have 2 movies I have to recommend. They're
Ooh.
both from the '70s, which is very unlike me.
Oh.
I'm not a big, vintage, for lack of a better term, movie watcher.
Mm-hmm.
Um, one of them, the first one I will bring up, I watched because it is my dad's favorite movie of all time, and I remember it playing in the background of my life at different points, but I never sat down and just watched it. So I watched it with him a couple of weeks ago. It's called White Line Fever. I Because of my history with this movie, I thought it was a huge deal. Like, I thought this was a movie everyone knew. I thought it was, like, one of the greatest action movies of the '70s. Lo and behold, I go on Letterboxd, it has, like, 600 reviews. Like, no one has seen this movie.
Really? Okay.
It was I could not believe it. It very much falls into that category, which I realize I love, which is, um there's a term for it, but it's like redneck exploitation films.
Okay.
It's
Yep.
like the action version of like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
Um, it's so essentially this whole movie, White Line Fever, it follows this trucker, this man who he was a pilot. I'm not sure if he was like in the Air Force, but he was doing something. And he decides when he leaves and he's done with that job, he buys, he invests in an 18 wheeler and becomes like an independent trucker and drives around. And he drives around in his truck, the Blue Mule, which was and still is my dad's nickname, which again, I thought it was a bigger movie than it was. Um, so basically he gets wrapped up, he accepts this job and then like kind of goes against this company because it's actually he's being a drug mule or something like that. And so
Well,
he says, no, I'm not doing it. So it's basically this chain of events of him fighting against this corporation. The whole crux of the movie is pro-union. All the truckers unionize at the end. It's incredible.
love
It's
it.
so much fun. The fight scenes are so good. It makes just no sense at all. Scenes just go one of my favorite types of movies. It reminds me of like Aquaman. Scenes just progress. Like
Love
just
it.
choppy, like okay, there hasn't been violence or an explosion or a big truck in like 3 minutes. We got to get one in. So they just do. I love it.
I love that. I can't wait.
So
I
much
want to watch
fun.
it.
It's genuinely so much fun. There's an incredible fight scene involving a forklift. That was one of the best things I've ever seen. Um, it's just so good. It's so quotable. Like there's this part where he's like on the brink of going to jail, and spoiler alert, he doesn't. The grand jury or whatever acquits him. And all of these guys get on their CB radios and they're like, Mule, you son of a bitch. You oh, like it's so joyous. It's so much fun. I love this movie so much. I will say though, it ends on like a really I don't want to say too much because I want you to watch it and I want to know your reaction to the ending.
Mm,
Like it's supposed to be really joyous and beautiful and like this celebration, but there's sort of an aspect to it that is so incredibly dark. Um
okay.
it's
Ooh, my interest is piqued.
Yes, White Line Fever. I don't know. I haven't done that much research. I don't know of any other like trucker trucker exploitation movies. But if anyone knows any, please send them my way somehow. Um, it was just so much fun. I enjoyed it so much. And
I love
then
that.
really quickly, the second movie I watched, I just watched this morning. So I won't get into it too much because I feel like I'm not well equipped to talk about it in terms of subject matter, but okay. I have really gotten into watching Criterion closet videos. Have I talked to you about these or have you seen them?
You've talked to me about them.
Yeah, so it's like celebrities go into this closet, they have all of the Criterion movies that were ever created, and they just talk about their picks for it or whatever. It's kept me awake at night. Like, I'm so worried that someday I'm gonna be asked to go in the Criterion closet, and I'm not gonna know what to pick. Will this ever happen? No, but, like, I
House is in Criterion.
yes, and actually that is Bill Hader's Criterion closet from, like, 10 years ago is really iconic, I guess, because he's wearing a House Who shirt.
Oh.
And he said that because he did another one semi recently. He said that, like, a fan came up to him wearing his outfit that he wore in the Criterion Closet video. Like, it's that much of a cultural touchstone. Like, people are cosplaying as it.
Oh.
Um, but anyway, so I'm, like, so stressed out. I'm like, "I need to watch more Criterion movies. I don't watch enough." I'm I'm sweating. So, I was going through the stacks at work, and we actually surprisingly have a lot of Criterion movies available to borrow from your local library. Please check them out, because Criterion movies are expensive, um, but
Except
it's
in like May or June when they're all
yes,
50% off.
yes, yeah, Barnes& and Noble, they have the big sale, um, but I was perusing, and I saw Sisters by Brian De Palma,
Okay.
which I can't remember if we've ever discussed. I know you have had or are going through a Brian De Palma
I
phase-esque.
fucking hate that man.
That is so funny. I loved this movie, and
Okay, I will say I haven't seen this one.
I feel like you have to give it a chance. It is bonkers bananas. It stars, uh, Margot or Margaret Kidder from Black Christmas.
Margot Kidder.
Margot
Oh,
Kidder,
okay.
and
I'm
she's
intrigued.
so good in it. She plays a French Canadian woman, and she's so good. Um, there's again, like, I feel like I can't really speak on it, um, because I don't have, like, that technical knowledge of what makes it a good movie, but one of my absolute favorite aspects is there's a large chunk of it that's in split screen, so you get one point of view and another, and it's kind of like and there's one point where they, almost overlap, and so you kinda see just really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Again, another movie where it was like, I just was glued to the TV, I wanted to see what you kind of can tell what's gonna happen. It's supposed to be I was reading through the booklet, it's very obviously supposed to be like an homage to Hitchcock. The
All Brian De Palma is
Yes,
it's I don't even it's he's just doing Hitchcock. Sorry.
yes,
You
because
continue.
even
Sorry. He sends me into a rage.
well, on this one might piss you off then, because it's literally the composer who did a lot of Hitchcock movies. It gives extreme Rear Window vibes. Like, it's basically Rear Window again. Um,
Oh my God, so is Body Double. Like, I mean,
really?
he just does the
Yes.
same Hitchcock movies again and again.
This movie might piss you off, it being the only Brian De Palma film I've seen and it having Margot Kidder in it. I really liked what he did with the 2 split screens. I just thought it was really, really fun. Um, I actually almost wish it was a little bit longer. It's only an hour and a half. I almost wish it was, like, 10 minutes longer to get into sort of more of a background of the like, storyline kind of shifts from Margot Kidder's perspective to her neighbor, who, of course, is looking through a window and viewing things, um, naturally. I almost wish we got a little bit more about her and more of her background, even if it was just, like, 5 or 10 minutes. That's kind of my one complaint, but I had so much fun watching it. I haven't delved into any of the special features yet, but there's a lot on there. Again, Criterion being good for that. If I'm in the Criterion closet, I'm pulling this one out.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'll give it a
yeah.
shot. I always try to go into his movies with an open mind.
Mhm.
There's one that I don't hate.
Okay.
I can't remember the title
Yeah. Alright,
because I
nice.
also didn't like it, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah. I have not seen any Brian De Palma films, including Scarface, so I maybe this is a good one to start with, So, I'm not sure if now you watching it will taint it, but try to go into it with an open mind. I've really liked it. There's this really creepy doctor figure. He looks like John Waters.
Okay.
Um, and he makes me so uncomfortable, but I kind of love it.
Okay.
Yeah. So Sisters by Brian De Palma.
Well, very cool.
Yes.
I want to
Anyway,
before we get to me, I want to circle
yeah.
back around to White Line Fever.
Ooh,
When
okay.
you told me about it, I had to look it up. 'Cause I had never heard of this movie.
Yeah.
And I always want to see what else the directors did. This
Uh-huh.
director has one of the most scattered filmographies I've seen.
Yeah.
He directed the Academy Award nominated film The Accused, um,
Oh,
with Jodie Foster.
okay.
He directed Unlawful Entry, which I actually watched a couple months ago. It's
Okay.
like a really sleazy Pacific Heights type movie
Ooh.
where there's a couple played by Kurt Russell, oh, hot, um,
Really?
and Madeline Stowe,
Uh-huh.
and they get their house broken into, and then the cop who is investigating, played by Ray Liotta, rest in peace, genius Ray Liotta. Um, the cop starts getting obsessed with them and doing all this creepy shit.
Yeah.
That movie made me feel really gross, kind of in a bad way.
Okay.
Um, and then the last movie this man directed was the 1999 film Broke Down Palace, starring
Okay.
Claire Danes and Kate Beckinsale, where they get
Okay.
like locked in Thai prison.
Oh.
And that movie was the movie that was on the TV when I had my first kiss with a boy. So I also have a sentimental connection to White Line Fever in a very roundabout way.
I don't know if I'll tell my dad that one. So
But
funny.
yeah, I couldn't
Oh,
believe that.
that's so good. Oh my God. Yeah. White
Yeah,
Line Fever. Highly recommend. So my dad is also a huge Partridge Family fan. He loves the Partridge Family.
okay.
Like gigantic fan. And apparently the woman who plays the main character's wife, she's, featured quite a lot in the movie. Kay Lenz. Apparently she was um David Cassidy's one true love. That's what my dad said.
Oh,
He said
okay.
you see photos of them and it looks like just regular photos from a family album. This is all coming from
Wow.
my dad. He said they were so in love. Um,
Wow, they were the Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez of their day.
yes, exactly. Yeah, I don't think they ended up together, but um, such a good movie. There's a part in the movie where I legitimately gasped. Like I was so shocked. Um, and like keep in mind, like I'm watching this with my dad. Like I'm trying to keep like you know, a normal demeanor, I guess. Like, and there was a part where the camera pans and I literally went like that. So
Okay.
highly recommend White Line Fever should get more love, more attention.
That should be in the Criterion closet.
Honestly, actually, the reason I thought about watching it is because it was in my cart for a while in Barnes and Noble during the Criterion sale, because I think it just got released on Blu-ray.
Ooh, okay.
Barnes and Noble, White Line Fever. Let me double check. I don't think it was any sort of special publication release, but um I I I I adore it. I need to find more movies similar. Um yeah, what a delight. I will be buying it. So I think you can request it from the library system. Actually, I don't know if your
It might
consortium
even
will
be
have
on
it.
Tubi.
Oh, it could be on Tubi. I bet it
It might even be
is.
on Tubi. I'm gonna look at Tubi probably tonight or this weekend.
Yes. Yeah, it's so much fun. I love it so much. I like now just talking about it, I'm like, I need to watch it again. So
I
if it's on
love
Tubi,
that.
I might watch it again tonight. I'm like, oh, I guess me and my dad have the same favorite, movie. Never
It's
thought
in
it
your
would happen.
genes. Yeah,
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, it kicks. Blue Mule.
it kicks.
Anyways, I
Mental
didn't
week.
even bring up Brian De Palma now.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, well, just saved him. Anyways.
Many people love him. The Letterbox Bros always glazing Brian De
Mm.
Palma for sure.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
oh my god, he's like he just rolled off the Krispy Kreme line. Like it just I don't get it. I don't get it. I watch so many Brian De Palma movies and I just
really?
don't get it.
Okay. I'm kind of
But I'll
scared
watch
to watch
Sisters.
movies. Sisters was really good. I mean, I loved it, but now I'm scared to watch other movies. I don't know if any of his other ones are Criterion, so I'm
I'll
really
tell
just
you a little
focused
more
on
after we adjourn.
perfect. I'm just focused on bulking up my suggestions for when Criterion calls me to go in the closet.
Mm. I can't
Yeah,
wait for that day.
I'm so excited.
But until then, thank you, Amanda. And thank you, Ghosties, for listening to us break down The Skin I'm In. Is that what this was called? The Skin I
Can I
Live
live
In.
in?
It's a
I know, I feel
tricky
like we never
title.
even said the title.
Tricky title. Please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And share us with a friend. Until next time, stay ghosty. Boo bye.